We've got two massive London derbies today as we try to establish ourselves at the top of the Premier League and as credible title challengers for this season. Hello and welcome to part 17 of Gunning for Glory. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have two massive local derbies in the Premier League. We're at home against Tottenham. We'll then do the Brighton game away from the camera, and then we're away against Chelsea, who have just sacked Conte. Have they got a new manager yet? No. They've got Adrian Viviash still involved. No. Okay. So they might have a new manager by then. But first up is Tottenham. Man United have just lost to Newcastle. So we're level on points at the top of the Premier League with Man United, but we have a game in hand. That game in hand is this game against Tottenham. So our win can put us 3 points clear at the top of the Premier League and give us a little bit of a cushion, hopefully going into that Chelsea game. We have got a couple of injury issues. If we just flick down through the injuries that we've got, Iwobi's out for a couple of days. Diawara's suspended. Xhaka's still injured. And there was also an injury to... Oh, Iheanacho's now fit. He was injured as well, but he's now fit again. Excellent. So this is our team to take on Tottenham. We've got Ter Stegen in goal. A back four of Monreal, Christensen, Tah and Mustafi, with Ramsey and Sanchez in midfield. Asensio, Ozil and Lamar in behind Iheanacho up front. We've got Justin Kluivert on the bench today, and he came on in the last game as well and looked really lively down that left-hand side. So there's a chance we might see a little bit of him in one of these episodes today, which would be marvellous. I'd like to have a little look at Justin Kluivert. We've got both him and Gabriel Barbosa sat there trying to work their way into the squad somehow. As always, with me being Kev, the assistant manager picks my substitutes for me and is picking Kluivert to go on the bench at the moment, so we'll give him an opportunity again. I'm very keen to develop these wonder kids that we've brought in. Don't really know what the assistant's got against Barbosa because he never seems to get a look in. We might have to actually force him into the team by picking him occasionally rather than just letting him in by stealth by the assistant manager putting him on the bench. Iheanacho wasn't fully fit going into this game and has now taken a knock as well. I'm a little bit disappointed that Sanchez didn't take a shot there. The ball fell to him from the goal kick. He was in a lot of space, but it almost seemed to bottle it and just run on with the ball. But that was a good example of just how good a box-to-box midfielder Sanchez was, because if he hadn't have made that run back and covered the Tottenham player there, they'd have had a break on. But he just made up loads of ground, got the tackle in, and ended up restarting an attack for us. Right, Mesut Ozil was injured. Do we really bring Kluivert on now? Yeah, we do. We're probably going to have to bring Lacazette or Welbeck on to go up front as well, because Iheanacho, don't know if he's going to make it out for the second half. But let's have a look at Justin Kluivert. Left wing, inside forward, was very, very lively in the last game. Let's see if he can cut it in a big game like this one. He might just be a big game player. We called it at the start of the year. He was going to score the winner in the Champions League final. So this might be... I mean, it's the last game of 2017. 2018 might be the year that Justin Kluivert emerges onto the world stage. But we are 1-0 down at home against Tottenham at the moment. So perhaps we need to stop worrying about youth development and try and win a football match. So let's get Welbeck on up front. I don't know who that Eddie Nitik or whatever his name is. Why he's on the bench ahead of Barbosa. That does seem really weird. But Kluivert gets an assist, laying it into Renato Sanchez, who tucks it into the top corner to make it 1-1. And there you go. We get an assist for new boy Justin Kluivert. Let's make our third substitution, and we're going to take off Thomas Lamar, who's not really turned up today at all, and bring on Lacazette and just sort of shuffle this lot around. I think that's how we're going to have him and go and try and win this football match. Because, you know, beating Spurs is fun. A draw is enough to put us on our own at the top of the league, but obviously we'd much rather win the game. Tottenham have got a very, very defensive system on the go at the moment as well. Basically playing a flat back six and three deep midfielders, which seems like an odd decision for them to take, but hopefully it'll give us a little bit of space to just knock the ball around the back, take our time, build slowly, and then just strike when we've dragged them all out of position. So Ramsey to Asensio, and there you go. Tottenham are just the one man up, but they are breaking with one man. But Mustafi gets the tackle in. It's Asensio. Sanchez in a lot of space again, finds Lacazette. Oh, he nearly gets it through to Welbeck, but not quite. And now it's Kluivert to Asensio. Out to Mustafi, who crosses to Danny Welbeck, and it's 2-1 with 15 minutes to go. Welbeck's 12th goal of the season. What a superstar Danny Welbeck has become this season. He was good last year, but he has seriously filled the boots of Alexis Sanchez and then some, already weighing in with more goals than Sanchez got last year, I think. I've not fact-checked that, but he feels like he's having more impact on games than Alexis Sanchez was having last year, playing from that left-wing inside-forward position. And now it's Lacazette, and should have made it 3, and that would have been it if he'd have managed to finish that. As it is, we need to find a third goal just to put Tottenham to bed. Although they're still playing their flat-back 6 at the moment, so they don't seem to have any urgency to find a way back into the game, and we are rampant at the moment. Mustafi intercepts as they tried to break, and it's Kluivert back to Mustafi again to Ramsey. Sanchez, look at how many passes are involved in this move, and Welbeck misses a sitter. All those superlatives about Danny Welbeck, and he misses a much easier chance than the one he scored. Tottenham now go into a weird diamond system, so they are trying to put another man further forward. It's difficult when you're down to 10 men, but we won the game. Who cares? 3 points clear at the top of the league, although now we've picked up more injuries. So Ozil's got a concussion. Iheanacho, his second injury in a week. Perhaps we need to rest him. But we do have we've got a game against Brighton, which we'll do offline, and then Chelsea next weekend to try and really establish ourselves as the best team in this league. Couple of pieces of news since the last game. We beat Brighton 2-0. We did play Gabriel Barbosa. He did not impress. We've had a £32 million bid from Juventus for Mesut Ozil, which we kept. I want 60 million for him. He's been a very important player this year. I tried to force them up. They eventually agreed to like 90 million, but it was only 28 million up front and lots of other little bits that might get us to 90 million eventually. Not interested in any of that. If they give us 60 million straight up, then he can go. Otherwise, we'll keep him. But there's other clubs interested in Ozil as well. Barcelona are interested. Man City are interested. So Mesut Ozil might be moving on this transfer window. And Chelsea have a new manager in the shape of Massimiliano Allegri. This is going to be his first game in charge. And this is the team we're going to put out there to take them on. So I don't remember what the team was the last time you saw it, because I've played a game since. So we've got ter Stegen in goal, Kolasinac, Christensen, Tah and Bellerin at the back, Diawara and Sanchez in midfield, with Iheanacho up front, Welbeck, Ozil and Lamar in behind him. We've had a few loan offers for Kluivert as well, and I don't know, I think my head is telling me let him go out on loan, have a half season playing some games again and help his development. But then my heart is saying, yeah, but what if you make it to the Champions League final? He's going to score the winner, remember? So I kind of feel like we have to not let him go. There's also been a few clubs trying to bring in Pepelu on loan, who's the guy Arsene Wenger bought without my consent at the start of last season, but it turns out he's actually quite good. And Wenger's actually at it again in his capacity as director of football. There's 2 or 3 promising youngsters from South America that seem to be in negotiations with the club all of a sudden that I've had nothing to do with. I'm quite happy. I've set Arsene Wenger to faff around and bring in youth players as he sees fit, as long as he doesn't spend too much money on them. They're all out of contract or very low price, so if we manage to get work permits for them, then we might have a few more wonder kids coming in from Argentina and Brazil, which, go for it, Arsene. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who these players are. They're all regens, I think. So, by all means, bring in South American regen wonder kids. Kev's a big fan of those, especially if they have good hair. Right, we need to make a change to try and get something out of this game. Ozil, always he had his head turned. He's been so good all season. All of a sudden, we reject a transfer bid and he has a poor game. We'll get Lacazette onto the pitch as well. Do we want to swap those two over? No. So Lacazette and Asensio to try and get a breakthrough for us. It's strange to see Chelsea playing a normal formation again rather than doing the silly 3-4-3 nonsense. They're doing the same thing as us, a 4-2-3-1, and it seems to be proving rather effective, and they hit the post, but it does manage to end up getting cleared somehow. I don't even know who cleared it. It was all a little bit fast-paced and hectic. Iheanacho's not having a good game, so we're going to bring Alex Iwobi on for him, and I want to get Lacazette up front. because Lacazette isn't particularly effective out on the wings, but he is good up front. So we'll stick Iwobi out on the right-hand side with his left foot, Welbeck on the left-hand side with his right foot, proper inside forwards as goal threats, plus the Lacazette goal threat, plus Asensio pulling the strings in the middle, and Renato Sanchez dancing around behind him. It looks like we should be able to find a goal from somewhere. Asensio does play the ball through to Lacazette, and it's saved by Courtois and ends up bouncing back off the post. But that's exactly what we're talking about. A little through ball from Asensio, and Lacazette does get a chance, which maybe if he'd been on the pitch 10 minutes longer, he would have scored. We have had so much more of this game than Chelsea have, and it's going to end up a draw. We are still 6 points clear at the top of the league because United keep losing, but they do have a game in hand. But hopefully they'll keep losing. But there we have it. We're top of the league. Excellent stuff. Little bit of housekeeping warning. There's not going to be a Football Manager episode for a couple of days now. As I record this, it's Friday morning. I'm off to EGX in Birmingham, Eurogamer Expo, for the weekend. So I'm not going to be able to record any videos over the weekend. I have got some FIFA videos stacked up that I recorded yesterday and earlier on this morning. So there'll be FIFA videos coming out all weekend if you're enjoying those. If you haven't seen them yet, check them out. I quite like them. And there's also going to be some stuff from EGX itself, like games that I've played there, and a little bit of a vlog will appear on this channel as well. So check all that out over the weekend. We'll be back with Arsenal again, probably Tuesday. We might get one out on Monday. Depends what time I get back and how busy I am. But we'll definitely be back Tuesday, if not Monday. But I hope that's okay. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.